So whenever I saw this online, I could not. I could not. So Ned Fulmer, as we all know, who was a part of the Try Guys, not anymore, and was in a loving relationship with his wife, Ariel Fulmer. As we know, Ned Fulmer, Ariel Fulmer. He was exposed for cheating on her with someone who was actually working on the team of Try Guys. And it was this big, big, big scandal, obviously, because he was the wife guy. He was the wife guy. He was the one who, loved his wife. And also, those are the ones we've got to be scared of. Performative. You're hiding something. His full bit was like, my wife. All for him to be cheating, right? Ned for prison. Jesus. But anyways, so that was an entire situation. It was an entire situation. We're all aware of it. Now, you can imagine my utter shock when I see that Ned Fulmer is back on social media, right? In general. And he's launched a podcast called Rock Bottom with Ned Fulmer. And this is so unserious. Episode 1 of his podcast has a special guest. His wife that he cheated on. What are we doing? We live in such a fucking weird clout world. This is so deeply unserious. What do you mean? You cheated on your wife and now you're using this to launch a podcast. Rock bottom after you cheated on your family. Now, I'm like, what is this even going to be about? Now, first of all, a conversation with Ariel Fulmer. Why are we involved in this? I have to ask, why are we involved in this? Episode 2 will be the mystery. Please. I wouldn't be shocked. I know the Try Guy group chat is going crazy right now. So, a couple things to note. A conversation with Ariel Fulmer. 4.8k dislikes to 1.4k likes. People are not loving this. What are the comments on this? Supporting Ariel is truly the only reason we're here. Proof that his wife was and still is the most interesting thing about him. Ooh. That's good. They kind of got him there. They kind of got his ass there. The fact she's giving him not a single crumb of relief in awkward moments only shows me that she's an absolute queen. Oh, is this going to be awkward? It's clear that 3 years later, Ariel still has a lot of questions and Ned hasn't been transparent. Is this going to be like a therapy session? Oh, this is going to be awkward, y'all. This is going to be awkward. This is going to be quite brittle, I fear. Oh no, people that have watched it already said it's brittle. Oh no. Okay, are we ready? We're in this together, okay? Let's hear him out. Rock Bottom episode 1. Ned Fulmer. Now, I'm saying this is someone who has a podcast with Neve. We love Neve. Can we get some love for Neve in the chat? Not everyone needs a podcast. And it's interesting because people will always use, and I'm guilty of this too, they'll always use like a big situation to launch a podcast. So for me, I talked about my X1 experience and I saved it for the podcast. Now, that's very different than cheating on your wife and then having your open therapy session on episode 1. That's a little bit ridiculous. But anyways, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit intrigued.
3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer.
Oh, I just, the vibes already. Oh, this is so serious. You know what? He's got it done. It took him 3 years, but he got the white outfit on. He got the bright background. He's got that serious look.
It became a massive public scandal that caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy who talked about his relationship and put that out there for public consumption.
Oh my God, the Surf CV, thank you so much for rating.
And you, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust.
Wait, Okay, what kind of clout world do we live in? He cheated on his wife and he's apologizing for breaking our trust, the viewer. It's the LA vocal fry. The LA vocal fry is now infiltrating the straight men community.
I betrayed my spouse, coworkers, friends, family, and I betrayed you.
Why are we involved in this? How the hell are you the one that cheated and you're apologizing to us? Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. Because he's pandering to the people who he needs to watch episode 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 of the Rock Bottom podcast.
And I know it's not just about cheating. That I was a company owner and having a relationship with a producer. I was engaged and friends with all of our friends and coworkers. It was understandably messy.
Also, can I just say something? For people that cheat and then apologize and they're so sorry about it, motherfucker, you would have still been doing it if you didn't get caught. So miss me with that bullshit.
And devastating situation for everyone involved. And
devastating for everyone involved kind of implies it was also devastating for you, which is just kind of like,
I was the cause of it. I did that. And I can't change it. I can't change the past. I can own it and accept it. And
this is so intimate.
How I should.
The vocal fry's killing me.
So I wanted to say that I'm sorry. I hurt you. And I hope to make amends.
Is he talking to me? It's giving boyfriend ASMR. Why is he apologizing to me? He's being parasocial. It's weird.
Over time. And one step is to publicly witness the pain of my partner, Ariel. This is a conversation with Ariel in this video. It's painful at times. It's
oh my god, he's like teasing it. It's painful at times. It's exhilarating at times. It's lovely at times. It's emotional at times. It's thrilling at times. Oh, hello? Hello? Just put the fries in the bag, bro. The long pauses. Guys, this is sped up 1.5x speed, by the way.
Vulnerable, brutal.
Oh my god. Sorry, this is deeply unserious. He just went, it's vulnerable, it's brutal.
But it's necessary for her to move forward, and I'm grateful for that.
Motherfucker, please. You are monetizing off of this. You are putting this, which very weird, by the way, as the first episode of your podcast to launch it.
Chance to witness it. Yeah. Girl,
it's been 3 years. He has 2 kids. There's no way this is sped up. It is.
As disappointed as we were that something so private and painful became such a public spectacle, I get why people were so outraged, and I understand that that is the reason that she can't move forward with any sort of public thing without addressing this. So this is that. This is a conversation where we answer your questions. We share what we've been up to these last 3 years and what you can expect from us moving forward.
Why am I in it? Why does he keep involving me in it?
It's about an hour long. And
this is so weird. It's about an hour long.
I know that from my perspective, I want to tell stories of curiosity and empathy, and I want them to be meaningful and have value in people's lives. So I hope that you find this impactful. So please join.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I'm not going to find this impactful. I don't know why I have that suspicion. However, I'm going to be honest that I personally don't think that I am going to find this impactful.
join me for this conversation with Ariel Fulmer.
Sorry, the fucking music. Oh, this is gonna be so awkward. Why are we doing this? Also, Ariel, I'm like, girl, I'm on your side. Love you, down. But I'm like, Ariel, why are you doing this? You're like giving him exactly what he wants. Oh.
Well, here we are.
Back again.
It feels weird. It feels a little awkward.
Yeah. Back in a podcasting room.
Yeah.
I mean, we've certainly had a lot of conversations where we've sat like this.
Yeah, that's true.
But not, conversations that are meant for the public.
Mm-hmm. Is it strange to think that people are watching this and listening to it rather than just being in like a therapy setting?
Oh, heck yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm on the verge of like standing up and walking out of this room. Absolutely.
Same.
I'm like, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing? But no, I feel like this is a necessary thing.
Yeah, we've kind of been just keeping our lives very private for the last 3 years.
We have.
And just almost hiding from the world.
We have been hiding. We've been hiding from the world. And I'm not going to lie, it's been kind of great. Mm-hmm. It's been kind of great to be super private.
And it's ironic because we don't stop becoming recognizable figures. People still come up to us. People still recognize us. And to the extent that we're kind of moving forward in our lives, that's something that you've talked about. It's like, how can I move forward in my life with that?
Ariel, girl, I understand that this is a complex situation. I understand that you have children with this man and that you've been married to him. But on my dead fucking body, will a motherfucker cheat on me and then I'll go on episode 1 of their podcast? By the power invested in me.
Without people knowing the next part of my story if they're still stuck on the 2022 part of my story.
That's kind of the thing, isn't it? And that's the whole reason that we're here, because we're stuck in 2022.
Yeah, at least as far as they know.
Exactly.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, and this is going to sound a little bit mean, so you guys can pull me in if I'm going a little bit too extreme here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I don't really give a fuck about either of you, and I really haven't thought about either of you since 2022. I was devastated for you when this happened, and I talked about it, but I'm going to be honest, I haven't really thought about either of you in a very long time. But okay. All right.
We have moved on with our lives.
Yeah, we've moved on for a while.
We
now.
have moved on with our lives. But like, as far as everybody else is concerned, we're still stuck in 2022.
Yeah.
And
okay. A question for the culture. They're saying that they've moved on with their lives, but we haven't. What are you guys doing? Because I'm not taking the blame here. What the fuck have you been doing? Have you been commenting on their posts? Have you been, I'm confused. Hard disagree. You would go on the podcast if you're cheating ex? I mean, more power to you, honey bunny. We need more people to give us entertainment. And bro, I have a job. Being unemployed, but I still wasn't using my time on this.
And, that brings us to the whole reason that we're here. And the reason that we can't walk out of this room, because we live in a social world, right? And we can't move on with our lives if we don't, move on publicly.
Mm-hmm. Like publicly reestablish the context of who we are, how we relate to each other after being so public with our relationship before.
Yeah.
It was you, motherfucker, that was public. You were, as you said, the wife man. You blew it up.
It's a really strange thing, actually. Like, that we can't do anything publicly without kind of addressing this first.
Well, yeah. I mean,
do people care that much? They're saying that they can't do anything publicly moving forward without addressing this. I'm still on her side, but I'm just saying, it's been 3 years. Does anyone give a fuck? And I mean that in the context of like if they were both to do things moving forward. Maybe you're catching me on a bitchy day, but I don't fucking know.
In 2022, it got so big, right?
True.
The whole scandal, it grew.
Amazing tea.
And grew and grew and grew. To the point where it just became this thing that just like got so much bigger than us.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just sort of hid away from it, you know?
Same.
And going completely dark was the only thing that I could think to do. And for the last 3 years, I've just hidden behind the scandal, you know? And now, like...
I don't like how they're both talking about it like it both impacted them. He made a decision to cheat.
Now I can't get out from behind it.
Yeah, because it's a big step to like sit down and do what we're doing and to talk about it.
Right. But even like going out in public with like my kids or just going out to dinner or something like that,
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing that people see is the scandal.
Yeah. It's a big loss.
It's a big loss, but it's also...
You did it! Oh my god, he's acting like someone like forced him to cheat.
It's a really strange way to go about your normal life. You know, like I am a human who has needs. Like I want to have regular friends, and I don't want to like walk up to somebody that I want to be friends with at like preschool and have to start every conversation with like, my personal life is a dumpster fire, as I'm sure you know, but also, do you want to be friends with me? You know, like, I'm not gonna lie, I have some really authentic friendships that have started that way. But
This motherfucker laughing while she's basically describing that her life is ruined because of him. Sorry, this is deeply, deeply, deeply unserious. This is deeply, 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 deeply unserious.
But like, I don't want to go about my life starting friendships like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of want the new friends to know the context of like who you currently are.
Yes, exactly.
I remember I have met some people, like made new friends or kind of introduced myself to strangers. It's like, oh, let's exchange Instagrams. I'm like, well,
right?
Here's mine, but couple of caveats. One, I have a lot more followers than you might expect. Two,
Oof. He goes, I give my Instagram to people, and the first thing I say is, I probably have a lot more Instagram followers than what you would think.
all of this is pretty outdated. And three, don't Google me.
Don't Google me. You
Just
probably don't want to Google me.
Get to know me first. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want to be just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me or the sum of your past for you.
Right.
And the challenging thing is it's been complicated for a while. I mean, we are still friends. We have children together. We go on trips together.
Right.
Like, there's a spectrum of being together, not together.
Right.
Like there's ways in which we're together, but it's like the way that everyone wants to know, like, are you guys still like an item? Are you guys still a couple?
Oh, sorry, this laughing. Oh my god. Oh Lord. This is unfathomable. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy.
Like, no. We really haven't been at all this last 3 years.
No, we haven't.
Like, there's moments when we kind of tried, but just because you go to a Taylor Swift concert together doesn't mean that you're, that all is forgiven. And you're
No, like, people ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no, absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you?
Oh God.
No, fuck no. I don't even. Sorry, I saw red for a minute. It's like, no, the answer is no. But also I feel like forgiveness isn't the goal at this point.
Mm.
We've been together for a long time.
Mm.
And you are the father of my two beautiful children. And we know each other.
I also think it's really interesting. I mean, good for her as well. She keeps referring to them as her kids, not like our kids. Wow. I loved her saying I was seeing red there.
Really well. And we've worked through a lot of stuff. And the fact that I can be around you and still like have a good time and like enjoy spending time with you and enjoy spending time with my kids, like I think that's
it's so complicated when there's kids involved. Normally the parents of said kids don't do a podcast together, but again, we live in a new age. We live in a new age, don't we? It's hell.
win.
Yeah. It's taken a lot of hard work to do that.
Yeah.
And
Not
it's kind
from
of,
you.
As we've adjusted, we've recalibrated our relationship more towards a platonic friendship, and then, you know, it's just been challenging. But like, I think we're getting to
I honestly feel like I'm the therapist right now.
a point of sort of celebrating that and really like embracing it and accepting it for what it is,
Celebrating
as
it?
we are like grieving the past. And
Celebrating it?
it's hard to hear you saying like, fuck no, I don't forgive you. Like, of course I get it. I mean, you're still, as much progress as we've
Oh no.
had, you're still very angry.
Yeah, of course I'm angry. You know, we're talking about like
Oh goodness.
not having sat in this position for 3 years, you know, and like, yeah, of course I'm still angry. We lost a lot. There was a lot that happened 3 years ago. It was, I mean, I found out about your affair from the fans.
That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. And again, I mean, it's whatever they want to do with their relationship. So who am I to like really comment on like their dynamic? But all I'm going to say is there's something really disrespectful about the fact that this is by Ned almost being treated like they're on equal playing fields. No, they're not.
I mean, and I was so blindsided that
I feel like this helps no one. That's all. Again, I'm being a little bit bitchy watching this, but the reason for it is this only seems like it's being done for clout. Right? Hate me all you want. It seems like it's being done for clout. Because they're openly admitting that they have some sort of dynamic that they've built over the last 3 years. So why are you doing this? Because clearly this is not helping her. Who is this helping? Him. He is using this to launch a podcast. It's not the Ariel and Ned podcast. It's the rock bottom Ned Fulmer podcast.
somebody sent me a picture, and
Oh no.
I couldn't. It was like my brain couldn't compute, and I it's like for some reason I didn't see what was actually there in the picture. I thought it was your sister. And I remember sending it to you and being like, what's your sister doing in New York? It was, and I think back on that and I think like, what was I, like, how did I not see what was going on? Like what
Jesus Christ.
what was so fucked up in my brain that I couldn't actually see what was happening in this picture? Like the picture was right there in front of me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then
I kind of feel like it helps the kids from her perspective, though. I completely disagree. How does this help the kids? In the long run, when the kids look at the YouTube comment section, they're like, oh yeah, we're right. Daddy is a... You know what I mean?
and then the pieces just started falling and falling and falling, and like, and then more pictures started coming in, and more pictures and more pictures and more pictures, and it is so wild how we live in this world where everything is so public.
Whoa. It's so crazy because 2022, I remember this dropping. I was in New York. Actually, this may be done on like an anniversary. Anniversary is not the right word, but you know what I mean? Because I was in New York for my birthday, 2022, because I remember I was with Kat and we went to a cafe to talk about it, and she was still working at NBC. 2022 September. I think it probably was 3 years ago, like this week, because I was in New York for my birthday, which is this week, or I don't fucking know when my birthday is. Couldn't give a shit. But anyways, it was that.
Like, you don't realize it, but everybody's taking pictures of you everywhere you go, and it's kind of scary actually. And it makes you realize that whenever you leave your house, you're like, you're not safe, you know? And it kind of like, and then after everything happened, I sort of went into this, like this weird state where like nothing was safe and nothing.
If it is on an anniversary, I think that's one of the most narcissistic things to post. No, I swear to God, I think this is on an anniversary. Maybe not to the day, but to the week. Absolutely.
Like nothing and nobody, like I couldn't trust anybody. I couldn't trust the public. I couldn't trust you. I couldn't trust my friends. I just stayed inside, like, because there were cameras everywhere. You know, it was like, it was so unsafe. Everything was unsafe.
And he did this to her.
Yeah, it took a long time to like get back to myself.
How did having it become such a public scandal?
Sorry, I cannot fucking believe he is interviewing her. I cannot believe he is interviewing her. Oh my God. What's episode 2 going to be? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys were right and it is the fucking mistress.
Scandal kind of change everything for you? Did it make it worse? Did it make it easier? Did it just sort of make
How did the scandal change everything for you? I can't.
Surreal.
It was so many different things. And it was all tied in together too. You know, I think that, and it all, it's like the trauma of discovering that that like everything that you know isn't real. And then add to it this other part where you're sort of being watched by cameras, which isn't something that's like a part of our lives. Like, yes, we are somewhat public figures, but like we've never had cameras waiting outside of our house. Like that's not something that we're used to. Like we're not like celebrities. That's not, that's not a part of our lives. And this was a period in our lives where we had like, there was like a car following us, and it was really strange because we had just, you know, found out that we were dealing with this, you know, with this cheating situation, with this betrayal. We decided to find a new couples therapist, right?
Right.
And so we were driving to our new couples therapist, and so we were in the car together because we decided to drive together, and you decided you needed a snack. And so you had a Tupperware with you, and I had my jug of water, and we got in the car together because we were like, well, why don't we drive together? We're going to the same place. And so we get in the car and we were driving there, and so you're like eating your apple as you're driving, and I turned to you and I was like, Ned, I think there's a car following us. Like I'm pretty sure this car has followed us from our house. And you're like, oh, that's weird.
You guys in the chat are clocking it. People literally were speculating that Ned, and we have no proof of this, allegedly was calling the paparazzi on them in that moment. That's when we saw them getting into the car together, because it fixed his reputation that they were hanging out together. Now, that's not confirmed in any way, but it did make him look really good that they were like hanging out.
Like, I wonder what that could be, you know? And then when we park outside of the couples therapist's office, and we see that this car has a camera, I was like, I think that person just took a picture of us. And so we went inside and we talked about it a little bit, and then we had our therapy session, and then we came out, and then there were multiple people outside, and it was probably one of the strangest situations that I personally have ever been in. I did not know what to do with my face. And so my reaction when I don't know what to do with my face is I smile.
Yeah.
That is my go-to reaction when I don't know what to do with my face. I just smile like an idiot.
That was my reaction too.
I smile like...
Oh, he's so unlikable. He goes, that was my reaction too.
Like like a cat, You know, I just smile. And so
this is the video that
everyone saw. And
like leaving couples therapy.
We're leaving couples therapy,
Why
looking at
is
each
he
other
laughing?
like we don't have a care in the world. And it is because we are absolutely just beyond like this is so bizarre. What is happening right now? This has never happened in our lives ever. We don't know what's going on. Like, let's just get to our car. You know, and we're just like, just smile. Like they're not going to hurt us. Who are these people? Everything's fine. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That was the strangest situation. It was so bizarre.
This is very, very, very strange, by the way. He is pissing me the hell off. Why is he laughing at this?
I remember our neighbors during that time were doing some roof repair work. And so there was this like...
I've never ever heard a straight man have a vocal fry. I'm actually kind of impressed. I've never seen a straight man have a vocal fry. Okay.
You know, unmarked white van outside of our house, and it was parked there for like weeks. And we had it in our heads there was a paparazzi van. And
it absolutely was not. But it was like the strangest thing. I thought
just, you know, for weeks, anytime you walk out the door, being like, oh, there's the van.
Yeah. That was really strange.
I can see how that caused you to really feel unsafe and mistrusting of the whole world.
I cannot believe he's bringing this back to being an interviewer. I can understand why that would be bad for you.
Just want to acknowledge that and you know, note that it's like because of things I did that caused you to experience that.
Yeah.
What?
This is actually more painful than I thought it was going to be.
What was that moment like when everything changed for you?
Awful, obviously. It was kind of surreal. You know, I thought to myself, like, what would somebody who's been cheated on, like, what would somebody in a movie do?
Really?
I wasn't thinking like of a specific movie or something like that. I was thinking like, what would, like, what do people do in this situation? You know, like, I wasn't thinking I wasn't thinking for myself. I was thinking like, what do I do next? I remember we were in New York, and you were just picking me up from the airport. And I was so like naively, so you were driving a rental and I just naively looked over to you in the driver's seat and I was like, why was Grace in New York? Like, I didn't realize Grace was in New York. Why was she, you know, referring to that picture that I had sent to you? And you looked over at me with this look on your face and it was like the veil just fell like this, you know, like I knew in my brain that something was going on, but I just sort of refused to believe it. And then when I saw that, like, just wildly guilty look on your face, like you.
Sorry. Also, the more I watch of this, the more uncomfortable truly I feel, because also at the end of the day, like from his perspective as well, the idea that he's willing to sit through hearing how he traumatized and like ruined someone's life. So, and it's being filmed for his podcast. Hi, Lydia. Is crazy. Like, this is not normal. I keep having to hit my pen to offset these awful vibes.
You wanted to tell me something. And I didn't even let you say anything. I was like, turn this car
I think that's important to note. He's still profiting off, like he's literally profiting off of this right now.
around. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember it happening like that, but it doesn't matter.
How do you remember?
Oh my God, no. This is crazy. I can't believe he just said that's not how I remembered it. No. Oh God, he's gonna argue. Whoo.
Remember it happening?
Oh, I mean, you asked me a couple of different follow-up questions as I just sort of answered them. And then, you know, once I, you know, answered it in such a way that you knew exactly who it was and what had happened, yeah, then you were like, take me back to the airport.
Yeah.
That part was very cinematic. if you were trying to be like in a movie.
Turn this fucking car around.
I mean, yeah, I think.
Sorry, he was like, that's not how I remember it. And she goes, how do you remember it? And he's barely spitting out a fucking sentence here.
There was a lot of sort of delusion.
That part was cinematic. Listen, if I stopped at everything he fucking said, but that was fucking ridiculous.
And rationalizations that you, as the person doing that, sort of are telling yourself as to why it's not so bad, or why it's going to be okay,
I'm really fascinated by the fact he is a vocal fry.
or why actually this talked about in this way. And then it's like, I remember that moment, it all just kind of like...
He sounds like that Miley Cyrus video. The journey's usually part that means anyway, or whatever the fuck Miley says in that. The journey's usually the part. That's literally how he fucking signs.
Fell down where I...
Yeah, the journey's usually the part that you remember anyway. Like, literally, this is how he's talking.
Totally could see how devastated and just completely traumatized you were. And then it was just like, oh, everything changed for me as well. I'm like, oh no, this is like, I've been...
What are you talking about?
Hurting this person that I love this whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, girl. I agree. I agree, girl. I fucking agree.
You didn't realize until then?
Well, you know, but then there's other things you tell yourself to kind of sort of...
Oh my god, that was such a clock. She goes, you didn't realize until then? Oh my god, Mitten Troll's here. Mitten Trolls did the merch design. Hey.
Compartmentalize, or I guess.
Oh my god, this is so awkward. I'm gonna be honest, this seems very unproductive.
Interesting.
Guys, this is sped up, by the way. This is actually sped up. So the silences here are significantly longer than what we're currently listening to.
It's sort of a... You know, it's like a...
This is the progress you guys have made in 3 years? And by the way, Ned, I'm talking to you, not her. But...
like a addictive cycle, kind of feeling really guilty and ashamed.
What the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck is he talking about?
And then telling yourself the ways in which...
The journey's usually the part that you remember anyways.
You know, kind of just lying to yourself. And then, yeah. And I did want to tell you, and there was probably a small part of me that was sort of relieved to not be keeping a secret, I guess.
Did you just hear what this motherfucker said? He said and insinuated that he was glad that the cheating was found out because now he wasn't keeping a secret. I feel like Nicki Minaj when she's like, oh my god, I gave myself the shivers doing that. What's your name, B.O.B.? Said they calling you Bob. Oh my god, I like made my ears really cold by doing that. How did I even do that? He's relieved when he was found out. When the cheating was found out, he said he was relieved because he didn't have to keep a secret anymore. Did I unpause? See, I didn't even know if I unpaused or if there was a fucking silence.
Is that hard for you to hear?
Is that hard for you to... Motherfucker, you're testing me. Motherfucker, you're... Oh!
No, that part's not hard for me to hear. I think it's... You know, I've done a lot... I've spoken a lot with other betrayed partners.
Fuck this, I'm opening a second Celsius.
Over the last 3 years. And it's something that I've heard a lot. This idea of...
Fuck all you bitches that told me to do the white fucking peach flavor. This tastes like fucking ass. This mango one, this shit is tea.
Like, when there's this sense of relief when the partner who's doing the betraying is able to finally tell the betrayed partner that about all the things that they have been doing, and kind of put their shame onto the other partner. They, in that like sort of release of their like, of all of that like
shame and guilt
and guilt that they've been holding. It's almost like they feel so much relief, but the partner then has to accept it. And that's exactly what happened. You know, when you told me, suddenly then I had to take all of that guilt and shame of your affair. And it was so much to carry. So much. Like, and I know that like, and you know, suddenly something that like you had, that, and it, like the wild thing is that,
oh Lord,
this was something that you had done. You know, like I had no part in this.
Something really important when someone cheats is they kind of make it like a collective effort. No, you cheated. We're involved in it now, but you were the one that cheated. Oh my God. Yeah, she looks tea as fuck though.
This was not like, you could even say that you had done this to me.
Yes.
You know, like I was the victim of this situation. Yes. And yet when you told me, I had to like accept your guilt and your shame. And in our like society where couples are, especially married couples, like when men have affairs, women are often looked at as like, well, what did you do wrong? And it is so hard to get out from under that of like, well, what did you do to make him look elsewhere? You know, were you not a good enough wife? Were you not?
I think that's a really good point. Also, I want to repin. Hold on. Here we go. Woo, there we go.
Did you not make him happy enough? You know?
And yeah, there's something really sad about when someone cheats, ultimately the other person really goes inwards in blaming themselves or looking for issues within themselves that don't exist. The issues exist within the other person.
And there's so much shame there. And I'm so tired of holding that. I'm so tired of holding it. How does it make you feel to hear that? I mean, did it ever occur to you that like not only did you having an affair just it shattered our marriage, but it also, like, all of that guilt and shame, you like hoisted that on me. Like, you gave that to me. And now I have to carry that around for the rest of my life.
I don't think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position. It's certainly not.
She's blaming him, and he says it's so sad that society does that. Motherfucker, she said you. She said you. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. This is the progress he wants to show us that he's made in 3 fucking years? This is crazy. God bless this woman. You know what, Ariel? I understand exactly why you wanted to do this podcast now, because you wanted to show the public how much of a fucking prick he is. How much of a fucking dickhead he is. You know what? You know what, girl? I get it. I understand exactly why she did this now. Because she gets nothing out of it other than the public having this conversation, which is, he is a narcissist. And yes, I'm diagnosing. It is Nurse Adam on the case, and I am diagnosing.
True. And no, it's not something that I imagined as I was doing that. I think none of it was. If you really like let it sink in just how much you're hurting your partner and how devastating it is, like, how could you do that? It's still very difficult now, even 3 years later, to see you in pain as you're talking about that. Because there's nothing I can do to change the past or to...
Oh my God, he just said there's nothing I can do. Ah!
Or to help.
Hard to see. You literally did that.
It's kind of weird to think about it now, because I feel like I'm in a really good place now, and going back to like before I discovered the affair, it feels like going back to this weird fantasy world where like, I don't know, I thought we had this love that like transcended, I don't know.
Oh goodness.
But it was a fantasy. It was like, you know, I trusted you so completely. And I mean, we grew up together. We got married when we were like in our early 20s.
Yeah.
We were babies. We had nothing. I mean, we moved out to LA with just our car full of stuff. I mean, I'm like tearing up just thinking about it. We were just kids. And it's like, it really was a fantasy.
Sorry, in any way, how is this episode 1 of his podcast? Are we supposed to like him and want to support his podcast after this? Like, I'm a little bit puzzled, if I'm gonna be honest.
And I just think, how could you do that to me? Like, who are you?
Oh no. Oh my God, he's had 3 years and he still does not know how to respond to these things? Oh, Lord.
So sorry.
Like, we had so much. There was so much. We had so much life left. We still have so much life left. I don't know why I'm crying.
I think it's like the loss of that dream that we both had.
He just said the loss of the dream that we both had. Motherfucker. You stole it, cheated, ruined, destroyed. This was not your dream. Your fantasy was cheating. Oh, this is so fucking bad. This is actually one of the worst things I actually like need to text Kat immediately because we like covered this together. You need to watch Ned Fulmer's pod with Ariel. It is shocking how fucking evil he is. Oh my fucking living Christ. I like aside from anything, Ned, this is your one chance for the public. Fake it. Fake it. Fuck. Is there a producer behind this? Is there anything? Fake it. Oh my fucking God. Give it a little bit more effort. A cat podcast about Ned. Ooh, that's good. You write that down. Yeah, we need to film again. Fuck, this is insane. Oh, hello.
It felt like that in that time period for me too.
It felt like it for him too. He just said it felt like this for me too.
Happened.
Well,
oh my God, she just said, well, what happened? And he's silent.
the dream started to break apart for me, and then rather than being able to talk about it or to confront those feelings, I wanted to, I guess I was too afraid to say how I was actually feeling. And
I fucking hate, and it's always a fucking man, when they get caught out for cheating and they're asked, well, why didn't you, just end this or whatever. It's always, I was too scared to speak up. Why are you blaming the other person?
It seemed, I don't know. I chose to deal with it and deal with like feelings I was experiencing in a way.
There we go. Blaming the other person
was really self-destructive and hurtful to you.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't like anything you did or like we had a bad marriage. It was about me and choices that I made and just actions that I took that I'll always regret. I'll always regret how much pain I caused you and other people, and I'm deeply, deeply sorry.
You would think that this is her podcast, by the way, because she comes out good in this. This, let me remind you, is the first episode of his podcast, his career relaunch.
And I'll spend my whole rest of my life trying to make amends to you and to...
Don't you dare start crying.
Show up.
Don't you dare.
To lead a life of integrity and to be a father that our children can...
You want to live a life of...
learn from. Because you did nothing to deserve this, and I completely, suddenly, violently shattered our marriage, our relationship, and, like everything you knew, and that was all my fault. It was all choices that I made.
So where do we go from here?
I mean, that's kind of how we've been, what we've been working on, I guess, over the last 3 years. We can make new promises to each other as friends, as co-parents. What was the thing that kind of started changing things for you?
Maybe just time.
God,
time and
worse than I thought it was.
Courage. And I mentioned making those authentic relationships, like finding those real friends.
Oh.
And they're like, I don't care that your life is messy. I really like you for who you are.
Her life is messy because of him. Why is he not acknowledging this? God, I hate him so much.
See your joy. I like every part of you.
New promises. He couldn't even keep the fucking last ones.
Yeah.
And I want to be a part of your life. Like, don't push me away. You know?
It was a real moment of kind of discovering who your real, true, authentic friends are, and
Yeah.
kind of
She shouldn't have had to have gone through that, Ned.
and cherishing
It's
that, and,
traumatizing.
those people that you can kind of be completely yourself with.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
They're not just seeing a one-dimensional version of you.
Yeah, totally.
Loki sounds like Ariel saying that the tri-cast weren't her friends. One of them was cheating on her husband.
When did things start to feel a little more safe for you?
I can't believe he's phrasing the questions. When did you start feeling safe? Huh?
I think as I just got more comfortable talking to people about
He's basically saying, I did this to build your character. And it literally kind of sounds like that, Nick.
like what happened, and they just seem to not care.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it just
You better stop laughing. He needs to stop. He needs to go to jail.
wasn't a big deal.
It is kind of funny. It's like the
need to
whole,
leave.
internet and people making TikToks seem to care so much. And then you meet anyone in real life, and it's like everyone has some way to relate to some sort of achievement.
He just said everyone makes their TikToks and cares online, but in real life, everyone has their own situations that they can relate to this. Stop trying to get yourself out of this. Stop trying to get yourself out of this.
Just like all the parents at Wes's school, or
Oh, God.
you know, they're like, either they don't know or they don't give a flying fuck. They're like, yeah, who cares? You know, they're like, it's one of many scandals. Like, also, it was 3 years ago. Like, get over yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like
You need to leave. Oh my God. I know there's...
kind of how we feel. They're like, they're sort of like,
Right, because when you're in
Who
a school
cares?
environment, like, there's a bunch of different types of families and parents, and some people are
Nobody
together, some
cares.
people aren't, and I'm sure
I'm obsessed with him cheating and now recalling it like everyone has their own things going on.
every marriage or relationship has a story as to
Every marriage has a story. Ariel, you're better than me.
breaks down.
like, it just gives you so much perspective.
Yeah.
It gives you so much perspective to just be in a group of people where nobody cares.
Yeah.
You know, and it gives you, honestly, I think that is what gives me the courage to just be like, you know what? It's okay.
Right.
I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I can live in a world where this has happened and people know, and also we've moved on, you know?
Right.
Like, I can
It makes
I
me
can
sad
go-
that she's like, we've moved on. Well, judging from this, it looks like you've moved on and he has the emotional maturity of a fucking child.
on dates and not have people be whispering about me. I don't know. I just imagine a world where I could just be myself and not have this thing following me around.
I can't believe he's
You know, where I
laughing.
don't have to, like, where maybe
He's talking about it like it's a high school memory that you reminisce on when you're older. Remember when I cheated on you? Crazy time.
are at a restaurant with our kids and I don't have to feel shame because I'm like, you know, having fun.
Right.
You know, where people are like, oh my God, are they back together?
Right,
Just
right.
because I'm like having a joyful time with my kids and my ex-husband, you know, like, is that a crime
Yeah.
to feel joy? Like,
Can I live?
can I live?
Oh, this is like... You're not a part of this. This is not about you.
You know,
Let them.
let them.
Let them. Yeah.
The worst person you know brings out the let them theory.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going to Greece together next week. Right. It's like, life is weird sometimes.
Like,
No. What an evil, evil, evil man.
Wait, yes, like we travel together. It's we have a familial relationship.
Yeah. It's we've like redefined our relationship, not as partners, romantic partners.
Yeah.
As sort of like, family or platonic partners and pals, if you want to say pals.
Over my dead body, motherfucker, will you cheat on me and bring me on your podcast for episode 1 so you get clout to call me your pal? How dare you?
I feel the same way, that it was kind of the social communities in school or wherever you are that you kind of just start to feel less alone.
Yeah, someone said my coverage of Ned Fulmer. I'm really curious to see what I looked like during that time. Adam McIntyre, Ned Fulmer. Let's see. Have to scroll past some hate videos on me. Typical. My life is such a movie. Whoa! Chop City. Sheesh. Sheesh. Goodness me. Hi, muckers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Thank you so... Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? So much for watching my video and choosing to spend even a little portion of your day with me. Wow, I used to be so nice. Over my dead body, will you catch me saying, I'm glad you're spending part of your day with me? You're making the decision to do that. You're making the decision to waste your time. You know I appreciate it, and I wow, I used to be so nice. Really do cherish your time, so thank you goodness. You will not get that out of me these days. So much, and I'm very interested for today's video. Now, a lot of people have been sending me this article about the Try Guys, which actually has apparently information that... Wow, you would think that I'm putting a filter on here, but actually the camera that I was filming on already put a smoothing filter on my face. Wow, need that again. Welcome. Also, before... Am I still fucking hyping y'all up? Videos. This is a drama video, babe. I don't know what information you're getting that's not drama. This is a drama video. Welcome. Also, before we get into the video, I want to remind you of my second channel. If you go... We don't use that anymore. Hold on. Hi, wait. I kind of look T here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope... I look like Princess Diana. Day ever. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I really appreciate you being here. And oh my god, the Try Guys are giving us what we want. So what we won? What we won? What the fuck? That's crazy. The way I'm just drinking a glass of red wine. Oh, I knew. I filmed this before I went to the club with my friend Rachel. Sorry, the fact I used to watch. Underage drinking on camera? Someone alert Alexa Nicholas! Wow, I used to watch videos like this. That's crazy. Wow, look at the jawline. Ew. Wow, that's amazing. Sorry, the glass of red wine.
Deep shock, and there was... I mean, we went through every stage of...
That is so deeply unserious. Does anyone in the comments address the fact I'm drinking a glass of red wine? No one is addressing the fact that I'm drinking a glass of red wine. No one. That is so funny. Not one comment. Not one comment.
Agree.
Oh, wait. This is the most replayed part of the video.
It was deep shock, and there
Wait, that's funny. This is the most replayed part of the video.
was. I mean, we went through every stage of grief. You know.
Oh my god, that is so ridiculous. Wow. Oh my god, this was sponsored by Adam and Eve. Shipping everywhere else, by the way. Oh my god, I'm holding lib in this. This video's crazy. Do clickbaity titles, but no, they get right into it and they give us everything we want and we're gonna get to it. But first, I have this message for Ned and the Muckers. Let's get to it. I have to interrupt with a message. So this message... I can tell that I just filmed this when I woke up because my hair is crazy. Message is for Ned, but also for the Muckers. So you can listen if you want. Okay, Ned, we know that you have been doing stuff that you shouldn't have been, allegedly, with... Why did Adam and Eve approve this? With your work colleague. Now, I don't know what kind of stuff you're using, but I know what you would love. And that is Adam and Eve's lib using code ADAM50. Now that's just morally wrong. No, that's just wrong. No, that's just morally wrong.
Yeah.
Where, you know,
No, that's just
somebody
sick
that's your
in
friend.
the head.
Or like another couple that you're friends with just will say like, you know, hey, like it was shitty what you did. And also, everyone goes through hard times and you move forward the best you can. And whether you are together or not, or sort of together friendly, but not romantic, like however you want to live your life as your family moving forward, that's like your business.
Right. Yeah.
And at the same time, people looking on the outside can kind of feel that nonchalance. And on the inside, it's like, what I did to you is one of the most devastating things I think that a person can experience. Like I understand why.
I'm obsessed with them talking about, like, this is one of the most devastating things someone can go through. You caused it.
Broadly speaking, these like scandals are such, you know, ignition points because it's a lot of people can relate to it and a lot of people feel so much pain around it.
The vocal fry is fucking crazy. Like,
And it can be both.
It can be both, yeah.
And it can be both at the same time. It can be both at different times.
she has a lovely voice.
And you know, it can be one thing one day and something different another day. You know, I have some days when I hate your guts. And you know, and there are other days when I enjoy your company more than not.
I enjoy your company more than not.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
It can be both.
It can be both.
You know, some days are really sad because I feel the loss. But other days, I feel a lot of gratitude and joy for where we're at now.
Mm.
Especially, I mean, our kids are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
And I mean, they're worth every cent we've spent on therapy. Like,
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean that's like a big reason why we're working so hard to rebuild.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know if I would call it rebuilding. I think we're building something new.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think you have to feel like that.
Clocked. She said, motherfucker, we're not rebuilding. We're building something else.
The past is no longer.
Oh, burn that shit to the ground. I'm kidding.
Yes. It's very,
Oof, she said you burned that shit to the grind.
very strange living and having a marriage while also having that be so like public facing.
Mm.
Did you ever feel that there was these like layers of like the public facing you versus the real you?
Yes, and that was always a struggle for me because I felt like I wanted the two to be the same. Mm-hmm. You know, I always wanted to be one whole person. and I didn't want to be like an actor.
Guys, her publicly hating the father of her child would only hurt her. Yes, she shouldn't have done this pod, but do not blame her for trying to give her kids' parents or children's parents another shot to redeem the reputation. I'm going to disagree with you. I think my queen is doing this to spite him and is showing the public that he hasn't changed because he's trying to relaunch his career. And low-key, she's a queen for that. But that's just my take.
And then another person in my real life. You know, and that's the funny thing about like being a YouTuber or being an influencer is people expect you to be one person in your real life and on the internet. And then when you're not, then it's like, well, you're lying, you know? But I don't know. What do you think?
Well, it's ironic because at the same time, I think what the internet wants from you is to be a one-dimensional character.
How so?
Well, you know.
Oh my God. Also, I'm so glad she's challenging that point, but it's crazy. Like he's like essentially ending the podcast right now, right? Like we're leading to the end. And he goes, the internet wants you to be a one-dimensional person. And thank God she's like, what do you mean by that?
I think...
and as always, he has such a beautiful, articulate answer.
You know, if you make TikToks as like a certain persona or doing a certain joke, if you deviate from that joke, oftentimes your like engagement will plummet. Like people kind of want to like just see, it's like, oh, it's like you're a stereotype. You're kind of like that person. And then you...
Someone said, personally, I don't think either of them should be doing this for their children's sake.
And I guess I noticed that in my own work. It's like the things that consistently drew people in were adorable.
Guys, yeah, at the end of the day, we have to realize both of them are doing this for clout. Ariel is doing it because she knows it's going to get posted online. Ned is doing it because he's launching his podcast. At the end of the day, they're both doing this for attention. Like, I'm Team Ariel on God, but come on.
Family posts or talking about my wife, and then producers lean into that and like craft situations for me, and I don't know, over time it felt super pigeonholed and just like I had to fulfill this one like quadrant in a foursome to just be this like, you know, kind of...
Again, I just don't understand why can we please keep this the pinned? I've changed it back now 3 times. I just think it's so crazy that he keeps bringing this back to like a togetherness. This is not a togetherness in any way. You did something.
Caricature.
You're like put in a box.
Yeah, I think it's very hard to like be a full person with nuance on the internet. There's always sort of a performance layer.
So what are you going to do now that you're back on the internet?
It's a great question.
Oh no.
For a long time didn't want to return to the internet because I didn't.
But you're back! Yippee! Yay! Yay!
See a way of... I didn't want to be myself. I didn't want to make anything. I didn't feel creative. And as time has moved on...
Yeah, literally, how is Ariel out interviewing him?
I have a desire to create and to tell stories, but I don't really want it to be about myself as a character or myself or my relationship or my personal life.
So you're coming back after 3 years with bringing it up again. Okay. That makes total sense.
You know, I've always been drawn to things that make people curious and finding ways of connecting people with their interests. And so I came up with I don't know, I see myself more as like a host and more as just a vehicle for other people's stories.
Oh my God. He's doing the Shane Dawson approach.
And I don't know, maybe I can, because of what I've gone through and...
What? Because of what you've gone through? He's doing the empath approach.
My past, like connect with people and empathize with people. What?
No, I'm just... you think you're...
Whoa, she's laughing at him. She is laughing at him. She literally is laughing at him. Thank fucking Christ. Where the hell is my... Oh, my phone's right here. Sorry, I'm reading off my phone. I was looking for it.
You think you're interesting enough?
No.
She said, "You think you're interesting enough?"
I don't.
You think other people?
I think other people would be interesting, and then that's regardless of whether I think I'm interesting. I don't want to talk about
he's
my
fuming
personal
at that. He's fuming at that. He's fuming at that point.
life or my family. Like, I want to keep our children out of the spotlight.
You want to keep your children out of the spotlight, so your comeback is ultimately talking about the marriage and how you ruined your relationship with them. Okay.
dating lives private. Like, it's not a good idea for my mental health, at least, but I think also in general.
Now, why is this about your mental health? Oh, God.
To sort of make your
What's going on? I just got here. Let me tell you something. You are blessed for just getting here.
whole life your brand. I want to make stuff that helps people learn things, make stuff
Motherfucker, it doesn't seem like you've learned anything.
that helps people like empathize with others. And the idea behind the podcast is to tell stories of other people's challenging times and how they overcame them.
Sorry, yeah, she's laughing at him again.
Because if
She literally is not even taking this seriously, and good for her. That's why I believe that she's doing this to ultimately set him up.
one thing I noticed is that people really seem to care about the train wreck that I caused.
Would you say that was your rock bottom? Have you hit your rock bottom? Or do you think?
I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, I would say my rock bottom was. It's funny. In the car, there was still a part of me that thought, maybe, because we've been doing therapy, like we kind of had talked about a variety of things, and my rock
I can only imagine their therapy sessions are terrible, considering this is what they're doing publicly.
bottom was, being in a. I think the moment for me is you like sent me a text that night that was like, I don't think we can get past this, and it's just sort of like my whole world crashed. And I was like, oh, right. So what I did wasn't like in our boundaries or in any sort of
That was when he realized that him cheating was not within their boundaries. Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
like what I did was unforgivable, and there's
He realized he went too far after she said that they can't get back together.
no hope. And I don't think I slept that night. I remember writing you a long letter, and it was ironic. That weekend I was at a wedding, and they like played our wedding song as their dance. It was like black tie. Everyone's very fancy. I was just like stepping away to cry every 20 minutes. Well, we only have a couple more minutes. I know we could keep on talking, and maybe we will, but
Are there any last minute questions we need to address before?
are we together?
We are not together. We live separately. We are devoted co-parents to our two beautiful, beautiful children. Wes, who is 7, and Finn, who is almost 5.
Are we dating other people?
I mean, I'm open to dating other people. I mean, yes, we are dating other people. Yeah.
Will you ever be returning to some of your past work,
What kind of work?
like your old podcast?
No, I don't think so. No, I'm grateful for my time there, but no, I think that era is over.
So what's next for you? I know that, you're a creative person, that you've been doing a bunch throughout your career, and it's kind of like, it must be exciting to kind of be like a solo artist now.
How dare a man cheat on her, completely change everything about her, meaning she has to walk away from her career and then be like, it must be really exciting that you no longer can do that career. The audacity. The fucking nerve. Yeah, the fucking nerve.
Yeah, I mean, these last 3 years have given me a lot of time to kind of express what I love, and I've gone back to pottery, which is something that I was really into in college, it started out as just something that I wanted to do, just to like, I don't know, kind of center myself as like a hobby. But I've gotten really into it, and I've been spending a lot of time in my own studio, and I'm starting up my own business.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah. And we'll see where it takes me. Yeah.
Do you think you're going to be like a public, like, do you want to continue being an influencer?
Probably not. For a couple of reasons. I mean, the first reason is that I really enjoy just making stuff in my studio by myself. You know, I know that sounds so silly, you know, but I love just going into my pottery studio and just sitting at my wheel and getting so dirty and not filming it and just doing what I want to do and making mistakes and
this is yet another thing at Ned literally
and just making
everything she's describing is how she's had to change her life in some way.
Sometimes making really shitty stuff and not having to tell anyone about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the second reason is that I feel like sometimes, and we don't have to put this part in, but it is a valid reason. I feel like sometimes people who are on the internet, there is a...
I'm obsessed with her saying we don't need to put this in, and it's in. This goes to show how little he fucking respects her, in my opinion, still. She just said we don't have to keep this in, and it's being left in.
There is another standard of beauty for people who are on the internet. And I don't want to hold myself to that standard anymore.
Fair.
I'm going to be 40 this year, and I want to look at myself in the mirror, and I want to say, fuck yeah. I don't want to look at myself in the mirror and be like, oh my God, are people going to notice that I don't look like I'm 30 anymore? You know, are people going to think that I look old? Are people going to think that that this is bad, or this is bad, or this is bad? I love looking in the mirror and being like, you know what? I look great. You know?
Yeah.
Like, good enough is good enough.
It's a refreshing place to be. Huh?
It's so great. It's so great to be like, I look awesome. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to look in the mirror and be like, I don't look good enough. I don't love that place. And I think that being a public person, that you sort of have to look at yourself that way. Or at least that was my experience. And I choose not to do that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For me, I also like...
We don't care. Chop.
love creating.
Okay, actually, we don't care. We do not care. Wow. This was... Wait. Open link. Is the channel deleted? Surely not. 404 not fine. Is this just my computer? Oh. I think it's just my computer. That would be crazy. Is it gone? Oh, it's still up. Oh, wait. Whoo! That was crazy. Oh, it's because they changed the URL. I was going to say, damn, that didn't last very long. Whoo! Oh, my goodness. Okay, that was terrible. That was actually, like, worse than I could have ever imagined it could have been. It was unproductive. It was lame. It showed a lack of growth. The fact the description says the aftermath of infidelity is crazy. I can't believe that his first episode where he's like, I've changed and I want to move on, is bringing up 3 years ago. I just think it's awkward. It looked great for Ariel, you know, good for her, but my God, I don't think this was a good move career-wise for him to be attaching himself to how little growth he can make 3 years later in his rebrand, if I'm being honest. Bad for Ned, so good for Ariel. Literally. Chopped. And we'll leave it there.